Hello Pokemon fans, this is ProPokeNoob back today to bring you a Build-A-Team. Yes, I am going to attempt this again, and I did finagle with the camera, and apparently this will look very zoomed in and stretched vertically, but you know what, that's a lot better than blurry and not being able to make out anything. The only thing you're not going to be able to see is the team builder at the top, and the hidden power and IVs and stuff like that, but you know what, I can just tell you guys that manually. But anyways, the way this is going to work today is part 1 is going to be showing you the team, and then part 2 will be a battle that demonstrates kind of how it works. And I found a battle that actually sort of shows what it's supposed to do, and at the same time kind of works out to just go haywire by itself, I guess. But anyways, there's the cursor. Now, the team that I've decided to show you today is a team that I've been using a lot. Like, I've been playing with this thing nonstop. I can't stop with it, and that's pretty dirty. Anyways, it's an NU Parahax team. Now, this, if you guys remember my old RU Parahax team, it used to just use stuff like Swoobat and this Probopass and stuff like that. But I decided just to change up some Pokemon, and it actually turned out to be NU accidentally. But, you know, if I wanted to make it RU, I could just change one Pokemon around, which you'll see very soon. But, essentially, same thing as before, just try and paralyze everything as I tried to explain in my other uploads. But now I can actually show you how this thing works. So, just give you a quick look through. I've got the Probopass, I've got the Magmortar, I've got an Illumise, I got a Cottonee, I've got a Kadabra, and I've got a Huntail. Excellent, let's get started on this. So, Probopass. Check it on time. Can't check on time. That's fantastic. Okay, Probopass is basically mixed defenses, and the whole idea of it is just to get the rocks up and a Thunder Wave. That's essentially what it's supposed to do. It has the Magnet Pull, so if I could trap any Steel types, I go for the HP Fire. Now, just to show you guys kind of like the list that you guys can see when you use this, he's got the Focus Sash as usual because, you know, Magnet Pull, I don't have Sturdy. But, you know, that's just what I like to run because I also run Pain Split in case they don't knock me down to Sash. I could just put myself up, hopefully, to Sash level, and then if they hit me with something harder, I survive it. I'm Bold Nature. I'm pretty sure you can see all this. Yeah, Bold Nature, and this is basically a Pro Pass I've been using on most of my lower tier teams, so nothing too new here. Now, you will see this new thing, though. This is Magmortar. Now, this Magmortar actually was kind of me looking for a Pokemon that could abuse Belly Drum, and when I found this guy, I'm like, okay, well, you know, he's got decent speed, he's got a decent attack stat, you know, let's try it out. So I made him Jolly Nature with the Citrus Berry, and the whole idea of Citrus Berry is when your HP drops to 50% or below, you gain 25% HP back. So I figured if you can get a Belly Drum off behind a Paralysis, let's say they get paralyzed when you come in, you should heal yourself up and back to 75%. And you're at like 1,300 and something attack, which, you know, between Cross Chop, Fire Punch, and Thunder Punch, should hit a lot of things fairly hard. And I have the Flame Body just in case they touch me and they burn themselves. I don't need Vital Spirit. I don't even know if it's released yet, but it would be nice not to go to sleep, actually. So I might switch it up for that eventually, but not right now, because it might not be out. But Jolly Nature, because he is still particularly slow, and I do use Magmortar a lot. I haven't used Belly Drum once on this Magmortar yet, and like I said, I've been playing this thing a lot. So, the Jolly Nature has actually paid off to outspeed some Pokemon, so, you know, the extra power comes from the Belly Drum. That's another reason, you know, it goes up to 1,300 attack. Who cares if it's adamant? So, prove me wrong if there's a certain calculation I should know about, but otherwise, that's what I'm running. I was originally considering, what is this called? Oh, goodness, I can look it up. Look at that. Flame Charge. I was considering Flame Charge, but I figured, you know, again, I'm on a Parahax team. The whole idea is to hit hard behind Pokemon that are slowed down. Now, let me show you two of my other Paralyzers, one being this Illumise. Now, one thing that I thought about was I need to mix up more than Thunder Wave and Body Slam. So you will see another one that can paralyze. But this Illumise is interesting because it has Prankster now. And I figured, you know, Prankster is a very good way of getting paralysis on and not relying necessarily on slower or on fast Pokemon. These guys have priority. So if I give it the Thunder Wave, it's going to be priority Thunder Wave, moving as fast as an Aqua Jet or Quick Attack or whatever. Quickly checking my recording. We're doing okay for time. Sorry about that. So what I gave it was Thunder Wave, Growth, Bug Buzz, and Substitute. Now I could have swore this thing gets Tail Glow. Maybe that's Volbeat, but I chose Illumise because it actually has a better attack, special attack than Volbeat. I believe Volbeat has the base 73 in special defense rather than a special attack. But the whole idea, if you guys can see the EV spread here, is Bold Nature. So again, it's defensive. I've evened out the defenses yet again. And I have the leftovers on it. And the whole idea again is to get priority Thunder Wave off on people, but also to sub. Like, the substitute is a very good, again, expensive protect, I call it. So, the whole idea of I've actually subbed up on a lot of Pokemon and kind of stalled them out, getting Thunder Waves off and stuff like that. But another interesting thing is Growth, and it's the only move, if you guys want to take a quick look down here, other than Charge Beam. I can't use Double Team, you know, I have the Encore. I was considering Encore, but I didn't want to be stuck with just an unboosted Stab Bug Buzz, because this thing, again, is not very specially offensive by itself. But if you guys are taking a look at down here, I could give it the Fake Tears. Actually, yeah, that's a good idea, but easy for them to switch out on. But if you guys are looking at this, you can tell that there's nothing really boosting it. It gets Roost. That's strange. Yeah, if you guys want to take a look at this, just slow it down if you want. But essentially, it gets Priority Wish. But what I was thinking is, this thing can sit behind subs and use Growth. And Growth gives it the +1 special attack. If I ever come across a Sun team, God forbid I come across an NU Sun team, Pseudo Sun or whatever, it gets +2. But otherwise, it actually has helped out with giving it just a slight raise in special attack and allowing me to hit with Stab Bug Buzzes. And, you know, I do have a couple of battles where it does show that Illumise with a couple of Growths on it has done a lot of work, but take my word for it, I wanted something that could set up in priority, and that's what I got. Now, this Cottony. Now, the reason why I said I can make it RU is because I can turn this thing into Whimsicott, and I was considering it. But then I saw how big this thing gets with Eviolite, and it takes a lot of hits very well. 50% bonus here makes them very high numbers that I should have calculated before I did this. Let's see. 186 times 1.5 is 186 plus 93. 299. Yeah, 279. 279 defense, and that would be some number. 270. Yeah, you guys get the whole point. Anyways, same thing here. It's very vulnerable to taunt, but that's why I also have priority taunt with the prankster that you guys can't see, and I keep putting my cursor over. But essentially, I taunt if I know they have taunt, and then it's a sub-seed set with the Stun Spore. Now, Stun Spore is extremely useful for those ground types or those, yeah, it's just ground types, actually. It has less accuracy, which sucks, but I realized, you know, with my old Parahax team, my weakness was I either had to get the Body Slam off on ground types or deal without them, and my sweepers were not very good at dealing with ground types. They weren't strong enough, nor were they fast enough, so you'll see good old Huntail come back, but, you know, I can only set up so fast before I start taking a lot of damage, so this Stun Spore has helped. It's missed a couple of times, but most of the time it hits. It's like a Will-O-Wisp, only more accurate, apparently. So this has also helped out a lot, because like, between the defenses, like, you know, this is a huge defense. The HP is perfect, and it doesn't need the speed, so I can invest in both defenses. That was my idea. And again, evening it out, Calm Nature, so if I get confused, I don't hit myself as hard. But yeah, Pollinator, that's exactly what it's supposed to do. Stop taunters, and then start subseeding without fear. Now this Kadabra, okay. This Kadabra is not sashed. That is not going to surprise you because I don't run Sash Kadabra. Checking the time. Excellent, we're doing okay. So, this is a modest Kadabra, and the reason why I made it modest over Timid is because, again, on a Parahax team. It's still quick. Base 95 speed is still extremely quick. Oh, that was bad. It's still extremely quick, and with the paralysis, I don't have to worry about anything but other priority. So if you guys are looking, this is Substitute, Psychic, this is Hidden Power, Fighting, and Shadow Ball. It's a standard Kadabra, except usually it runs Sash. You can run Life Orb, it suggests that if you want to run Life Orb, you just have to be extremely careful. You have Magic Guard, so they still can't tell, but, you know, once you surprise them with a Substitute, you've basically revealed what your Kadabra does. That's the only problem with it, so, you know, I also lose a little bit of coverage. I mean, I could go for something like Energy Ball, or Grass Knot even, right? I'm just looking at some moves quickly here. but most of the time he gets just psychic moves, so like Shockwave, Signal, I could do Signal Beam, you know, stuff like that. But essentially, I looked at him, I'm like, I really don't need those moves, so I want to try a Life Orb one. Life Orb seems much more powerful, and again, boosting these things up by 30% is a very big niche with a base. What is that, I'm not even going to guess. But with 371 special attack with a Modest Nature, it's extremely powerful. So that's why I did this, and you know, again, the substitute catches a lot of people off guard. They try and just go straight for the attack, but if I go for sub, they know to take a little bit more caution. Now, last Pokemon here is Huntail. You guys have seen this thing before in my uploads, but here is the EV spread. As you can see, max speed, max attack, 4 hit points, naive nature because he is mixed. If you can't see, it's Shell Smash, Waterfall, Crunch, and Ice Beam. This Ice Beam is particularly useful against Tangalus in NU, as opposed to RU, where it worked against Tangrowth. But this works extremely well against Tangalus. I think you'll see that in this upload. Will you? Okay. White Herb over Life Orb. And the reason why I do White Herb is, again, I'm still relying on Paralysis. I'm not too comfortable with dropping my defenses when I still know Priority can catch this guy off guard. So the White Herb I've always preferred, you know, just forget about the defense and special defense drop. One Shell Smash is more than enough usually, because these two stats here go up really high anyways, and they're high enough as it is, so extremely useful. I have the Water Veil on this Huntail, so it can't get burned, which is awesome because Waterfall and Crunch will still be hitting for full power. And again, I'm not running Rain, so I don't need Swift Swim, and it's a Paralysis team, so now essentially what you guys are going to be seeing here is Probopass, Illumise, and Cottonee are meant to paralyze, essentially, right? And then these guys here are meant to sweep. Now, if you notice something, there are 3 different types, there are 3 different Pokemon, they all set up. Now, the good thing is, the reason why I made them all set up Pokemon is because this kind of relies on a little bit of luck. Half and half with the Parahax means that, you know, if they get paralyzed on the off chance that I set up, that's perfect, they're dead. Because think about it, Belly Drum, 1300 attack. Substitute, you gotta break the sub. Shell Smash, extremely powerful. So no matter what, if they get screwed by hacks, they're in a load of pain from these things. And again, there's 3 different, I got a Fire, I got a Psychic, I got Water. Not too bad coverage, and their moves are pretty expansive, so I won't need, let's just say I don't need Stab after I set these guys up, really. You don't need a lot of Stab. So that's essentially what the team is, and that's what you're going to see me kind of attempt to do in the upload that I will be putting up right after this. So guys, comment, rate, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to see anything particular out of these Build-A-Teams, let me know. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed. If you want to take any ideas, go for it. And now I will see you in part 2, where I'll have an NU match for you. Until then, peace.